let me show you exactly how I lit this scene. It's a very sort of high-end, it's a perfume commercial. It wants to feel very glossy, very slick, very elegant. I was lighting this with a Westcott parabolic light, which for me was a very strange light to be using. I'd never thought of using essentially a still photographer's umbrella light. There's a very high-end, very fancy light. Has anyone ever heard of a Breezy light? Breezy light is like a $40,000 silverized umbrella. It's beautiful, but it's crazy expensive to even rent. And it looks a lot like the look of this Westcott umbrella light here. And this thing is like crazy affordable. This umbrella is like, I don't know, what is it, $100, less than $100? So let me show you guys how we did this shot. This is gonna be a tungsten balanced scene. I'll light it from this side again just so that it's not blocking everybody. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is, let's move this background out of the way. Okay, so we get our background out of the way. Guys, on the camera here, let's go to the long end of the zoom. So Mike, put your hand on there and zoom in. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Can you guys lower the camera down a little bit so you're more like at his eye level again? Okay. Okay, let's try that. Level that up. All right, so Chris and Drew. Jeremy, you want to run him a line of power for this guy here? Let's set our key light, and then we can turn off all of our house lights. So this guy here, we're going to run this into a dimmer. So what I have here is a Westcott, and I have a single mogul base spider light here with a very large tungsten source. So it's a very big, soft tungsten light. We're just going to switch everything over to tungsten for this one. So you guys get this thing fired up and set a key light for Christian there. And what you're going to see is a very nice, soft, silvery quality to this key light that I just really love. Okay, so let's take a look here. It's a little bright. Let me see there. Where are we on this lens? Okay, let's bring it down a tiny bit, please. There we go. Stop right in there. Okay, that's cool. All right. So guys, what I love about this light is that by bouncing a source into that silver reflector, you get this combination of hard light and soft light. You get this silvery, specular quality to the highlights in his skin, where his skin is literally reflecting some of that silver, but overall it's very soft. It's a very unique quality of light that I just love for this kind of a spot. This is exactly how we did this spot for Red Flag. So I have this very beautiful, pretty key light. Somehow that silvery thing it feels to me like it's taking a little bit of the warmth out of the light. There's something about, my colorist at SNL, his name's Emery Wells, and his theory is that to make something sort of upscaled and feel a little richer, a little wealthier than it is, you sort of dial out some of the yellow, and you kind of give it slightly a more monochromatic look. Even though you'll still have color in the scene, it'll just look a little richer. And so this is sort of getting us in that direction, that silvery quality giving us a slightly monochromatic color to his skin, adding that silver reflection. So I'm really digging how this looks so far. I might actually bring that light a little more contrasting, so bring it around, physically move the light towards you a little bit. Get a little more contrast. Okay, that's cool. I'm digging that. Okay, now what this is lacking for me right now is I want a backlight on Christian here. So let's set a backlight, but I don't want to take my par light and just ping him with light the way we were doing before. I want to actually create a matching sort of silvery backlight. So I'm going to take a silver reflector, and I'm going to bounce some silvery backlight into the scene. And you'll see how it sort of just fits the silver key light a little better. Jeremy's going to pull the silver reflector out. I'm going to throw up a still here of what you're sort of matching to. So this is the exact shot. Let's grab a C-stand. Let's get this guy fired up so I can have a chance to warm up. Okay, great. Oh, Drew, you seem like you know what you're doing. You've done this before? Yeah. Okay, so let's just set that guy kind of like that, right? Yep. However you want to do it. Just give me like a nice high sort of bounce angle. Okay, very good. So now, Christian, you can help us out by looking slightly sexier. What I want you to do is stand up for a second. So how are we going to do this? I want you to sort of Okay, ready? Take a seat. There we go. There we go. Back up a little bit on your, I'm sorry, just do that right there.
All right.
Yeah, so here's some cat calls. That's great, yeah, toss your hair. Okay, so let's, we've got this stand right in the shot right now. Let's back it off. Drew, I think we might have, we need to bring it this way a little bit. Actually, go back a little more that way. I think we can get out of the shot that way. There we go. Okay, so let's go up, let's bang that par light into that. You can leave the par light there. Let's just tilt it up, bang it into that thing. And now I'm just gonna watch for the reflection angle here. So Drew, pan that light towards me. Okay, go that way. I can see it. Okay, you need to come back a little bit. You need to actually tilt up a little more. That's it right there. Ping. Okay, so now you can see I've got this very different quality to the backlight here, where it's got this silvery, obviously I've got a lot of air conditioning here. This gel's kicking all over the place. But just in terms of the quality of the key light and the backlight, I really, really like the way you can use silver reflection to get that kind of look out of it. And then, of course, you know, if we were doing this for real, we would come in here and we would cut this spill off the back wall and make sure we're not getting any gel kick. But that's the quality is what I wanted to show you here. And again, I also wanted to show you that here we are. We're not using a really expensive light. We're using a Westcott light. This is essentially originally designed, obviously, for still photography. The idea of just taking a big silver reflector and bouncing light into it. This whole light right there with the fixture and everything, I think this is $499 total. The actual reflector itself is like under $100. All right.